Oh, let's go. I had my mic plugged in somewhere else, guys. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Let's go. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. Had a good day at work. Turn this mic a little bit. Is that too loud? Am I too loud? Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Yo, what's too loud? All right, check 1 2. Let's go. Okay, better. Getting better. All right. Sorry, guys. I messed with my setup. I need to check my audios real quick live. Check 1 2. Let's go. All right, crowd. Yay. All right. Cool. Welcome to another episode of Fishy Hour. Fishing reports today. I haven't heard from Coach yet, but he's usually here. So we'll wait to hear from him. So, Coach, if you're in the stream, let me know when you're ready, and we'll get you on here for the fishing report. Otherwise, I'm just gonna run through my announcements and get to the beginning of the show. So, welcome everybody. If anybody has any questions at any point, please feel free to put it in the chat. But first order of business when we jump into the chat is we honor the first chat of the day, and that goes to Mr. Benjamin Moreno. What up, dude? Benji, let's go. Thank you, sir, for being first. You subscribed to Fishy Hour. You probably hit the bell notification. You got the alert that said, "Hey, Fishy Hour's on. We're doing it tonight. Come on over." I see the first like of the day. We're gonna give the first like of the day to Leonard. Let's go, Leonard. Thank you, sir. Shout outs. Well, I do these shout outs, guys. If you want to do me a huge favor, you want to share the stream with a friend. Share the stream with your grandma. You know, what's up, grandma? Harry, come on. See what you're up to. See what you're see how you've been spending your weekends instead of going to visit grandma. Let her know. Type an exclamation point share in the chat, and the Nightbot will give you the link that'll bring him directly to the stream. And you can copy and paste that into a text message, an email, anything you want, and send it out and get more people in here. Say, get over here. Get in the scorpion. The scorpion spear. Get over here. Okay. All right. So while you guys do that, while you guys hit the share, I'm going to do some shout outs. So shout outs. Of course, a little background music. Oh, yeah. Shout outs. Shout out to Mr. Eric the Judge Lehman. Let's go, Jesse. What up, Jesse? Welcome back. First, he says. More like fourth. Pretty close. What's up, Peter86? Let's go. I see Charlie. What's up, Charlie? Welcome back. Mr. Marvin. I met Marvin today out at the Shelter Island. Handed Marvin his brand new Mad Max Fishing Club Seeker Tack 80 rod. So he's got a sweet new rod. He's gonna spool up that reel with some line, and hopefully he'll send me a picture to see how it turns out. But if you guys are interested, the announcements are coming up a little bit more. But let's just keep going with the shout outs. Shout out to Mr. Michael Tran. Welcome, dude. Welcome back to the show. I'm glad you keep coming back. I hope you're finding this content useful. Michael, if you have any specific questions, dude, please throw them in the chat. It's gonna help me help everybody else too. So, not singling you out. Eric, okay, good. I see the Benji's in here talking up a storm. That's great. Nightbot over here dropping some advertising. I like it, Nightbot. Do your job. Thank you. Zach Riggs in the house. What up, Mr. Zach Riggs? Let's go. I got Eric the Judge Lehman some more. I got some more Zach. I got some more Zach. I got Mr. Carl Black. Let's go, Carl. Let's go, Carl. I got Foggill Fisher. What up, Dan? Let's go. Welcome back. Woo. Let's go. Very nice. Let's see. Dan was helping somebody launch their kayak this weekend, so I appreciate that, Dan. Thanks so much for taking care of for helping out a fellow Mac. Much appreciated, dude. Much appreciated. I see Roy. What up, Roy? Down in SD. Let's go. Welcome back, Roy. Welcome back, Mr. Oscar 636. I'm late. You're here, man. This doesn't matter if you're late. You're here. Let's see. We got Salty Dangler in the house. What up, Mr. Salty Dangler? I got one-handed angler. What up, Darren? Welcome back. What's up? Shout out to Darren. Have you guys heard the CCA podcast yet? Have you guys heard the Doc Talk podcast yet? Go into our Discord. You'll find and scroll up on the general tab, I think, or the announcements tab, and you'll see. I was lucky enough to interview with these guys for their show, and talk about something a little bit different than still talking about fishing, but mostly about like content creation and all that stuff, and why I do this kind of thing, why I'm here every Monday and Wednesday, why I take the time out of my life to be here with you guys and get you pumped up about fishing, you know, and share that stoke. So go listen to those two podcasts. It's about 3 hours of me just rambling. 1.5 hour on the CCA podcast and 1.5 hour on the Doc Talk podcast. Just me talking random stuff, life stories, you know, like how I became how I became the person I am today, I guess you could say. It just seems odd to me to talk about that stuff. Anyway, it was pretty fun. It was entertaining. It was different being on the other side of the interview table. But it was still pretty fun. I enjoyed it. Who doesn't like talking about themselves, right? All right. Keep it going. I talked a lot about you guys, too. Talked a lot about Captain Dan, for sure. I talked a lot about Eric. So if you want to know what I said, you got to go listen. All right. You can look them up on any of your favorite podcasting streams. Also, the Doc Talk podcast on Instagram is doing a giveaway when they hit 500 subscribers. The last time I checked, I think I think I was like 490. I was 490th. I don't know if they hit the 500 subscribers yet, but go on Instagram. If they haven't hit 500 subscribers, go follow them anyway. If you're an Instagram user, follow them, and when they get to 500 subscribers, they're going to be giving out a reel. What kind of reel are you giving out, Darren? Put it in the chat, please, and I'll shout that out a little bit more. All right. Keep going with the shout outs. That was Darren's extra long extended shout out. So there you go. I got 5 gill fishing. I got you. I got Roy. I got Joey Basson. What up, Joey Basson 24? Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Joey Basson, was it you that 5 gill helped launch the other day, this weekend? An Akuma 200. What? That's a nice reel, dude. It's a very nice reel. So an Akuma 200. What's the Instagram follower account, Darren? Let's see. I'm gonna hype you up a little bit. Let's see. Where is it? CC. Oh no, Doc Talk. I think it's podcast Doc Talk. Yeah, podcast Doc Talk. They're at 497 followers right now. 497 followers. All right, let's do this. Let's put them over the top, boys. If you guys haven't followed podcast Doc Talk yet, go over there right now. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. We're gonna get you over the 500. Give us that reel. Boom. Okay. In the chat. Oh, I missed the thing. Hold on. http://control-v. Boom. No? There it goes. There's a link. Go follow right now on Instagram, Doc Talk Podcast or Podcast Doc Talk. And if they hit 500 followers, they're going to be giving out that Okuma 200 reel. Okay. Komodo Okuma 200 looks like. Well, that's nice. Okay. I'd use that. Very nice. It's a nice reel. Let's see. They're at 497 right now. 499. They're at 499 right now. One more. Who's going to be the 500th follower right now? Let me know. 500th follower right now. If it's you, say so in the chat. If you're the 500th follower, say so in the chat. Let's go. Oh, I'm hitting refresh, guys. Oh, there it is. 500 followers. Let's go, baby. Woo. Who was it? Was Brian 500? Nice, Brian. Nice, dude. There you go. All right. So if you're following, stay tuned to see who gets the. I think you'll be in the drawing if you're a follower, right, Darren? If you're a follower, you'll be in the drawing for that reel. So there you go. You might come up on a reel. Very cool. Captain Dan was 499, and then Brian was 500. Nice, dude. Zach Rick says, I listened on both podcasts. You did a fantastic job expressing your reasons why you do what you do. I really enjoyed when Kevin jumped in as well. They just need to work on their sound quality. Okay. So Zach, that's a valid critique. I know you mean it in a good way. And yes, I agree. It was like a temporary setup too. Their normal studio is in, I forget what part of the city it's in, but this particular recording we recorded at the Marlin Club. So yeah, there was a little bit of issue with the sound. So, but it could be worked on. But other than that, yeah. What up, John? All right, quick pause on the music. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst. Rate this. Whoa. Rate this pop top. Starting to get a little thirsty. I was like, why am I getting thirsty? Why am I getting thirsty? Cheers, guys. Happy Monday. Look at that watch. Inception watch. See that? See that spot right there? Look at it. Oh, it's still there. Oh, wait. I'm gonna do this. Still there. Cheers, everybody. All right. I feel like we've accomplished so much already. Podcast, Dog Talk, 500 follows on Instagram. Just like that. Way to kick it off, guys. Way to bam. Way to get Carl Black give me a 1? What? Dude, I think Carl needs to turn up his speakers. Carl, you need some better headphones, dude. I got a 10 from Benji. I got a 10 from Ralph. I got a 10 for Captain Dan. Carl got a 10. That was a typo. Got it. A typo. I take it back. You don't need any headphones. The headphones are good. What up, Drew? Welcome to the stream. Drew M. I haven't seen you in here before. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, you could type in first timer in all caps so everybody can say what's up and welcome you to the community. Drew, if you have any questions about fishing, if you're a beginner, let us know. We are more than happy to help you out with your fishing questions. At any point during the stream, just type it in the chat, and either I'll see it or one of the guys in the chat will see it and make me know about it, and we'll try to help you as best as we can. The best questions to ask are questions that come from experience. So if you're having issues with a specific lure, a specific type of equipment, then let us know, and then we can work on that specifically so to be able to tailor that show exactly to what you need help with. Okay? And that was a mouthful, but yeah. Yesterday, guys, total side note, yesterday I forget what I was eating. Oh yeah, I was eating cucumbers with lemon and salt. You know how we do it. And I started to laugh as I put the cucumber in my mouth, and then I had too much lemon on it, and I inhaled some of the lemon, and like it just like made my throat real scratchy. It was weird. Anyway, that's why I sound a little like I have something wrong with my throat, but that's where it came from. I was like coughing like crazy yesterday. All right, on with the rest of the announcements. If you guys see Coach in the house, if you guys see Coach Werf in the house, let me know. Okay, so we got a couple of announcements that we're going to go through kind of quick, and then we're going to talk about the fishing weekend, because I got out there this weekend. Not once, but twice. I was out there twice. Once was planned, and once just because it wasn't planned, okay? All right, so thank you so much for being here. We got Pop Top done. We got the new viewer acknowledgements done. Okay. Yes. If you guys want to be on the show for Wednesday with Brian when we do PB shoutouts, make sure you do submit your photos to Brian at Brian Likes to Fish on Instagram, or hit him up through our Discord server. And if you're new and you don't know what we're talking about when we say our Discord server, we mean the Mad Max Fishing Club Discord server. It's free, 100% free to you. It's just where we continue the conversation after we get off the stream. That's where all the good stuff happens. That's where you guys get to talk to each other and set up trips and go on adventures together and have really cool, awesome fishing buddies. Okay. Izzy in the house. What up, Izzy? Welcome back, dude. Hope everything is good with you. Been watching you. Good stuff, dude. Every time I see Izzy's post when he's cooking, man, I get so hungry. Looks so good. Looks so good. All right. But yes, do that. It's it. PP shoutouts, submissions. Okay, cool. All right. We sold another rod, and we're down to 5 rods, 5 MMFC exclusively branded Seeker TAC 80 rods. There's 5 left. The price is better than you would get at the store for the same equivalent blank. But not only that, it has the MMFC branding on it, and it's one of 20 because we only made 20. So there's 5 left. I figure like as the season starts to warm up even more, heat up, those things will be long gone. So if you're thinking about it, now's the time to act. You can pick one up by typing in !rod in the chat, and the link will show up. It'll take you to my shop, and you can see there the full pictures in all its glory, all the different branding, all of the guides, all of the setup. And if you have any questions, come back and ask me in the chat. I'll answer the questions for you. Whip the rod around today. Nice, dude. Very cool. Yeah, it's ready to rock. What else? Yeah. So if you have any questions about that, come back here and ask me, and I can answer those questions for you in the chat. Cool. All right. Those are the rods. There's 4 left. Other limited thing we have going on right now is that we're going to the event that CCA puts on this year. It's called Apps and Taps. You can have some beers, you can have some appetizers, and we started with 1 VIP table, which is 10 of us, right? And now we're on our 2nd VIP table. And guess what? As of yesterday, I think, we have only 2 spots left on our 2nd VIP table. That means that's it. Once the 2 spots are gone, they're gone. Okay? You're gonna have to just pay the regular general admission and get in there and just stand around. We might let you sit at our table. I don't know. Just kidding. Just kidding. But if you want to go and you want to sit at the MMFC VIP table, which includes not only your CCA membership or your CCA renewal for the year, it also includes the swag bag that CCA is putting together for the VIP tables, right? Which includes an awesome growler, it's like a little thermos growler, and a bunch of other goodies in the goodie bag. But we're also, for MMFC members only, for the MMFC VIP table only, we're getting some lures from Submission Fishing Co. Thanks to Muto. Thank you, Muto, for doing that for us. He's gonna throw in some Submission Fishing Co. Death Jig candy in there. I'm gonna call it candy. And then also Brian and Cool Baits are gonna throw in some Cool Baits in there for you too. So our swag bag is gonna be not only gonna have the same stuff that all the other VIP tables has, but it's gonna have the extra stuff that the MMFC supporters are putting in there. So once again, thank you so much, Submission Fishing Co. And of course, Cool Baits. Awesome. So submissionfishingco.com, I think, and also check out Muto's channel, Submission Fishing Co. on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And for Cool Baits, I think it's just coolbaits.com. Okay? Very cool. All right. The next thing is the last thing as far as announcements go. Okay. We are going on a trip on the Islander, the mothership trip that you've dreamed about. If you have your MMFC rod, you can bring it with you. This would be a good place to use it. We're going to go on the Islander on, make sure I got the dates right for you guys. On June 30th. June 30th, we leave out of Fisherman's Landing, I think. And we come back on 7/3 on July 3rd. Okay. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we come back on Sunday, which is the 3rd. Okay. It's a 2.5 day trip. You're on the Islander. Everything is included. Your food, your bait. No, not beer. I'm sorry, not beer. But I think they have a fountain drink machine on board, which is awesome. I'll be drinking lots of soda that day. That weekend. Yeah, that We have one spot left on that trip. We have six exclusive spots for MMFC membership, right? We'll be on the boat with I think the total capacity on the boat is 20 anglers. And the way you get on that is by going to romancastro.com/fish village. I think if you do ! Trip in the chat, you might get the link for that. Can you guys double check that, please? And for the VIP spots, it's going to be at shop.romancastro.com. Yep. I got a question from Jesse. Question: have you found any difference in performance between the different monofluoro colors? Ooh, Jesse, I haven't tested that. That's a great question, though. It sounds like it might be a question for one of our science episodes. So I'm gonna make a note of that, Jesse, and then brainstorm with Brian, see if we can figure something out, because that's a good question. That's a good question that we can actually figure out and solve with actual science. Science. So that sounds like a science night, dude. Sounds like a science night, and it's a great question. Great question. Okay, so that's the Islander trip. Once you go to that link, let me just make sure it's in there, guys, real quick. Trip. It's not in there. Why? Fish village. Control copy. Boom. All right, I got it. I'm gonna put it in here real quick, guys. https://. All right, it's in the chat now. Fish Village. romancastro.com/fish village. And I'm adding a command to the Nightbot right now, so it has it. Trip. Islander mothership trip. Okay, cool. All right, so the Nightbot has it now. Benji's got a question. Let's go. Science. She tells, actually, funny. She tells us, nice. Okay, we got a question here from Benji. I bought my tickets for CCA. How will I be receiving my tickets? You don't receive tickets, Benji. I'm gonna put you on the list. I'm gonna put your name on the list and hand over the payment and the names to CCA, probably to Arnie. And then when you show up to the place, they're gonna ask you like, oh, what's your reservation? You can tell them your name, and then that way they'll just check you off the list. Okay, and it should be good. If you have any issues, I'll be there, and I'll probably be around like the front just to welcome you guys. Okay, so yeah, we'll take care of that piece, and then also those names will be included in the package, and they'll be able to sign you up for that. They might actually, I'm not sure what they need from you as far as like getting the CCA membership set up for you. They might need your mailing address and phone number, maybe your email address too. I'll get that from you guys. I need to talk to Arnie just to make sure I give him the right information. What I'm gonna do is I know who's paid already, and I can make a spreadsheet for him. And then in that spreadsheet, I'll include you guys' phone numbers and addresses, because part of being in CCA, they're gonna send you like the Tide magazine subscription. They're gonna send you like your CCA membership stickers and all that good stuff. Yeah. Chef Pedro, you can join CCA directly by just typing in !CCA in the chat. There you go. Thanks, Salty. And that's gonna take you to the CCA website. It's about $35 a year, or you can do a lifetime membership. But still, what they're doing is they're basically fighting the fight to keep fishing open for you. And for $35 a year, let them do the fighting. It's a very good organization. Just bought my VIP ticket. Let's go. That means there's one spot left, boys. One spot left. All right. Enough of the announcements. Enough of the chopping motions at the camera. Oh my gosh. I often wonder what my kids think when they walk by my room. Oh my god. Like, what the heck is he doing? All right. Very cool. Dude. Iron fish. Wait, no, iron fish. Yeah, iron fish. Iron fish. Very cool. Question. Is it weird I flip a Texas rig into my lemon tree in the backyard? Not at all if it's weedless. Not at all if it's weedless. Let's go. We got this. Stoked for a CCA event? Yeah, dude, it's gonna be fun. What up, ST Fisherman? Welcome. Welcome back. Yes, on Discord. Let's do it, Brian. What's going on Discord? Oh, okay, good. My name is Daddy. What? That's funny. Getting the pitching. Yeah, pitching practice. Yeah. I used to tie a crankbait without any hooks for my kids to practice pitching and casting. They love it. They think it's a game. Little did they know that I was actually training him. What up, Coach? Welcome back. Let's go. All right, Coach. Let's do in 10 minutes, Coach, if you're ready. In 10 minutes, 10-minute warning. I'm just going to tell you guys a quick story of my fishing experience this weekend. I forgot what sound, but all right, thanks, Coach. All right, very good. Thinking about fishing man caves. Oh, talking about fishing man caves. Yeah, dude. Yeah, fishing man caves, man. That's cool. That's very cool. I've been selling a bunch of stuff for my garage, dude. So I'm slowly making progress. I just got the last spot. Wait, what? Let's go! Woo! We're done. It's sold out. Let me double check. Make sure. Let's see. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, let me see. Yeah, my phone's over here charging. I didn't see the alert. There it is. I see the alert now. And that is a confirmed. Confirmed the last spot of the CCA Apps and Taps MMFC VIP table is sold out. We're sold out. If you still want to go, there's still general admission tickets that cost about $75, but I think you have to pay separate for your apps and your taps. So it doesn't include the food, doesn't include the drinks. You don't get the swag bag. You don't get the VIP MMFC swag stuff. So you can still go hang out, right? Captain Dan says, no, so secret spot just in from George. Water is clear and flatties have been seen. Ooh, nice. Free beer at my table, says Doug. Let's go. Nice. No, they come with food and okay, cool. All right, never mind. So the general admission tickets for $75 come in with food and drink. Cool. You do not get a swag bag. Okay, got it. Thanks, Kevin, for clearing that up. Kevin, we have a question that I would love for you to jump on and answer with me, if possible. I know you did a course or you did a class or you attended an event where they went over like how they regulate and how they keep track of the fish counts and all that good stuff. Do you have about 5 minutes to talk to us about whether or not or what we should say to these guys that are on the dock ramps asking us how many fish we caught and all that stuff? Because I don't know what they're using that data for. And I'd rather just not talk to these guys. But if it's something that we should be telling these guys, what should we do? If you have 5 minutes, it would be fantastic. Because then we can start to spread that out. All right, perfect. Just call me on my cell, and I'll put you in the soundboard. That'd be awesome. You call my cell if you just want to call in via phone, or if you want to call in via Skype, I can turn on. Oh, there you go. See you? What up?
Whoa.
Yo.
What's up?
How you doing, dude?
Good. I just got off the water about half an hour, well, a little while ago, cleaning up the boat for a friend of ours that we went on his boat for today.
Oh, very nice.
Got
That's a good boat.
bluefin.
Oh man, did you catch any?
Yeah.
Or you were?
Didn't even see him.
Still, it's nice. It's worth it trying to go find him, dude.
200 miles today covered.
Wow, dude, that's a long day. I think the most I've done is like 130, dude, and that was like a long day. So
then we ran out of gas.
Oh no.
No, not this trip, but the Brian trip. Brian trip.
Yeah. I did 130 miles before, like on a 14-foot whaler with a friend, dude. We had like 3 5-gallon extra gas tanks strapped to the freaking 14-foot whaler, dude.
You're nuts.
It was insane.
All right, so you have a good question. Survey data.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting how this plays out. But let me kind of take a step back and tell you what I was educated in, so that I get a little bit more credibility with what I'm talking about.
That's good. I like it.
So I took a 5-day course called with MREP, which is Marine Resource Education Program, and they basically give you the insight and educate you fully on the process for the Pacific Fisheries Management Council, the PFMC, and how judgment calls are made on conservation efforts and lawmaking.
Interesting.
So this isn't just it was literally the who's who of people that make decisions at the federal level in federal waters. What they do is also they also influence some state decisions, but state decisions are made based on the CDFW in this state, so the California Department of Fish and Wildlife.
Right.
The people that you see in brown shirts are part of a sampling coordination made by the CDFW to be able, a survey data to get the survey data that's collected by the CDFW to help make decisions for this laws and other things that they need to make at the state water level. And also they potentially could use that data to bring towards the PFMC and provide that to NOAA and all these other people that help make scientific decisions, which affect decision making at the federal and state level. So these people are taking in data dockside that it's unfortunate because what I'm about to describe is literally the way that that science has been generating these laws for more than 3 decades, according to certain. I think that they started the management councils in 1992,
wow.
Maybe a little bit before. Anyways, so the survey data, while they're taking in information, right, and collecting information from catches, they can also use that catch data to make decisions in either biased way. It's totally unrelated to making a calculated decision. It's all made with people that are making decisions in a council. So whether that's the CDFW's council or the PFMC, they have to make decisions based on survey and sample data that's collected from scientists and from volunteers or people that are hired to do surveys,
right,
and the scientists that are hired to do sampling. So they bring the data together and they generate an idea or concept on how to better regulate fish if it's needed or whatever. So when I'm trying to explain why it's an unfortunate reason why unfortunate way we do it, because let's just say, for example, last year there was less copper rockfish caught than recent records. Well, what does that say for the rockfish survey data or sample data or both?
Right.
Well, it says that there's less copper rockfish, so you need to conserve it. Well, that may or may not be true.
Yeah.
Who knows how many people were actually catching copper rockfish? What if people didn't want to talk to these people?
Yep.
Anglers didn't want to talk to these survey people. So in a way, it's catch-22.
Yes.
You're helping or hurting the fishery that you're invested in or concerned about. So it sucks, but that's literally the only way science can be developed and data can be developed at this time, because there's no better scientific method until someone develops it.
Right.
So you can always tell them, no, I do not wish to give you my information.
Yes.
And they have to respect that.
Okay.
But if you don't give up your information, there's a potential it could backfire on all of us. So if you don't provide them the survey data that's needed, let's just say you caught white sea bass, right? And people are starting to catch a bunch of them. Well, that bodes well for the species, and they're probably going to open up additional, they could, I shouldn't say probably, they could open up additional limits or size limits, but they could also make decisions saying, oh, you're catching too many.
Yeah.
We need to shorten the season.
Yeah, like the sheephead thing.
Correct. Yeah. Because they're catching a bunch, right? And they're like, well, hey, you guys got to slow it down. But we're like, well, there's more sheephead than ever. Like, why? What's going on?
Yeah. So either way, they're using the negative argument. If there's a bump up in how many of that species is being caught, they're gonna say you're catching too many. And if there's not enough being reported, they're gonna say there's not enough out there to catch.
Well, that is a probability or a possibility. It depends on who's involved in decision-making processes it depends on the CDFW and the PFMC.
Yeah.
So at the time that they're trying to decide these things, it really depends on who is in the decision-making process for that law or that particular species, and that does affect it, right?
Yeah.
So we did an exercise in this class, MREP, where it was basically explained, or it was shown to us that two different council meetings with different people can have different results.
Yeah.
So we did that.
Yeah.
I was in a separate council, the pretend council.
Yeah.
And another group of people were in a different council, same class, same thing, same question was posed.
That's crazy.
Two totally different decisions were made. So,
it's depending on the makeup of the council. Yeah,
it depends on lobbyists too. It depends on a lot of other things that go along with it. But survey data and sample data definitely affect decision-making processes.
You know what they should do?
And
sorry to cut you off. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, let's go ahead.
They need to survey the guys that are diving La Jolla with their scuba gear. That's what they need to survey. Those are the guys seeing all the stuff underwater. First of all. Another thing is, like the main point here is, as anglers, us coming to the dock, you see the guy on the thing. Do you say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I would rather not speak, not give you any information," or do you tell them? What would you recommend?
What do I recommend?
Yeah.
If there's copper rockfish or any rockfish, just tell them what you did. You really need to help the survey data with rockfish, especially right now, because they need to start. They're really targeting it heavily. So as soon as you can start providing better information with, they're going to know the species. They're going to look at, identify it.
Yeah.
Give them, they also on occasion, there will be a shout out to anglers to give up specific fish heads so that they can start collecting otoliths from these fish to start aging and start doing other things, because they're going to measure the fish and ask you location and other things like that. Sometimes they will ask you to support, like Southwest Fisheries management. Go ahead.
I'm kind of bummed out, dude. Like, just thinking about that specifically. Like, they're gonna it's like when they did the MPAs, they're like, oh, tell us like where you're catching fish and all that stuff, and then those are the places they went and closed down. It's like, So
but
that it just I don't know, dude. I'm not.
okay.
You know what I mean?
So I'm with you because I went through that whole battle with the MPAs, okay, MLPA.
Yep.
And even at the young age I was like 21, and I was livid. I missed out on college finals. Seriously, I went there and fought during college finals. They did this on purpose. A lot of these dates, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, the best thing that a person can do at this point in California as a fisherman is to really care, because we're at a time where a lot less people are becoming involved at the political level of fishing and fisheries management, and it's a problem. And I'm the one out there who's probably the youngest, and Chris Arechidera and I are probably, and I would include you in too, because you're bringing awareness to people, right? There's very, very, very few people under the age of 40 that are involved and care about what's going on out there. And that's terrible.
Yeah.
And I was telling, who was I talking to? I think I was talking to Arnie, that we talked about this at the CCA LA chapter barbecue. And I was saying that, when Arnie's gone, when Captain Dan's gone, when Wayne's gone, I don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
That's going to be terrible. And right now we're looking at a very dismal amount of people who care and want to put in the effort and sacrifice time, family, whatever it may be, to actually do something to benefit the community. Because right now it's sad. And I'm telling, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to badger people.
Yeah.
But I'm just being a realist. There's not enough people out there that are doing anything to support fishing, making it positive, making it happy, making it exciting, making it cool again, making it beneficial to people to start going into it. That's your whole vibe in this podcast you just did, right? We covered a lot of that.
Yeah.
But we're in a very tiny community right now of people that care. We're in a huge community of the sport. We're in a tiny community of people who care. We need to grow that amount of people by bringing people into, events. And, obviously the CCA is always brought up as a great thing to support, but legitimately people need to start coming to events. You have 2 tables filled. That's insane at the CCA banquet. That's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
And other people need to start coming to these things and actually supporting the events, cleaning up afterwards. Like you guys were all there last year, we were closing the place down. I was, drunk on Cutwater, but whatever. So, but
you don't gotta go, but you gotta stand left out of the fence.
Exactly. Yeah, I know, man. So, we're in a time where change is happening, but we're doing something about it, and we're starting to get momentum.
Yeah.
As soon as we start dropping momentum, we start losing the battle.
Yeah.
The battle right now is we're shifting it big time. It's crazy. The amount of excitement that's around fishing again is really going up. People are coming into sport that have never thought they would be in it as hard as they are now.
Yeah.
But the next part of their journey is to help create other people's opportunity for other people to come in, for my kids to come in, your kids to come in.
Yeah. And even on that same note, even somebody that's not even a young kid, maybe it's an adult that is in a position of power or in a position of to help the community that maybe has never fished before. They don't understand it. They don't get it. Get them into fishing. If you have access to that person, teach them to fish or take them out a couple of times. So if you have a boat, take them out on your boat. Let them see how awesome it is, and then they'll have that in their head. Like, hey, when it comes down to decision time, like, hey man, I've experienced that. I know what these guys are talking about. So that's another avenue to go. I think for us, dude, we gotta start maybe figuring out a way to groom the next generation of Waynes. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. I'm trying to create that so that people can care and understand. So other people like Chris We're all trying to do that, but people in the next generation need to care. Unfortunately, it's relying on them. As soon as people start caring about it, we'll start getting people to start participating. But it's a lot of sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
You have to really just, if you really, the funniest thing is kids ask me, right? Kids meaning anyone under 16 or even 21 or under.
I thought you were going to say 60.
Yeah, kids. Yeah, 60-year-olds. Yeah. No, I'm old. You're old. You got to realize that, man. People are calling us old. Anyways, hold on a second. I got to remember what I was saying. Oh, what was I saying?
16-year-old kids.
Man.
Okay.
They ask me, well, how do they get involved in the industry? And I don't think kids really understand, because they ask me because I'm in it, right? And I'm a pretty young guy. I've been at the corporate level. I've owned 2 businesses at this point in the fishing community, and I've been sponsored by numbers of companies. And I tell them, clearly you don't understand the journey.
Yeah.
It is. I've been through some stuff. I've been through tough times money-wise. I've been through tough times support-wise. There's a lot of uphill battle, and there's a lot of sacrifice in time, in energy, in family. And if you all don't get that, and you don't understand that it's worth it, then that industry is not meant for you.
Yeah.
This is a labor of love. You got to have a passion for this. This isn't something you just walk into and you're immediately gratified by the community. This is something you got to work at for decades.
Yeah.
So, you got to start by just going to the easiest things you can do. Well, what's the easiest? CCA makes it pretty dang easy. You just walk up to an event, go to the pop-up at some of these things and just say hi. Pretty easy.
Yep.
Go meet some people, Don't be shy. We're all here to help you. Want to grow your fishing skill. That's what it's all about in the end. Take something from it. Listen to people. Stop being, ignorant and thinking you know it all. Drop the
attitude.
Be humble.
Yeah,
be humble. Yeah. Jim Salazar, I'm totally going off on a tangent. Sorry. This is I'm just trying to help it.
I like
Jim
it.
Salazar, when I first did my first seminar, he listened to me. I was literally 20 years old at Fred Hall doing my first seminar ever at Del Mar. Actually, no, I did my first seminar at the Long Beach, which was even more intimidating.
Yeah.
But he listened to me a few times, and he pulled me aside because he's an older veteran in the industry. He was part of CCA board before anyone else was, really.
Yeah.
A lot of sacrifice for that man. He fought MLTA, like crazy. Like, the person he is amazing. Anyways, he told me, he goes, hey, I've been listening to you, and I just want to give you 2 pieces of advice. He says, first, make as many friends as possible and as little enemies as possible. And I said, really? And that really stuck a chord right there, nice. Because don't talk bad about anyone. Just do your thing. Try to make as many. And if anyone talks bad about you, just let it roll. But don't throw shade at anyone. The other thing, when he said he's like, be humble. There's a lot of other people in this industry that have been through way tougher times. You don't know their story. You've never met them, and you need to listen to them, and you need to learn and remember that everyone has a story that has way, way longer than yours. And those 2 things, I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll listen to that. And it took me a little bit, but as soon as I started doing that, it became a lot easier to grow in the community. And I think that's a perspective very little people have nowadays, because they don't hear that from enough people.
That's really good.
Yeah, and it changed me. So anyways, the biggest thing about these survey people is do your best to make a judgment call for yourself. If you don't want to support it, fine. If you do want to support it, great. If you have questions, always ask questions. I might see the same surveyor and I ask them questions. I ask all these people questions. So I ask the DFW wardens. I ask them questions. I ask everyone lots of questions. I learn, I listen, I try to make judgment calls based on people's input. I found out one surveyor didn't even know what these numbers were going for. I had to learn that through ECMAP.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Like, these people that are taking down your data, they have no clue where this is going.
Yeah, Brian
and
asked
it's all judgment calls made. It's all judgment calls made at the CDFW level. Those people take in the information and they make judgment calls for fishermen. And there's not many fishermen or angling people or hunters on that council. So
we need to get people on that council. We need to get people on that council.
We need people to care, and then they can move up through the normal political ways to get there, because they have to be appointed by the governor. So this is not an easy thing.
Yeah.
We are in a disadvantage with who we have politically speaking in there. And that's typically a very difficult reason why we don't have representation for the angling community inside of the CFW. The last person that was really in there during the MLPA days, well, he went out there and shot a mountain lion, and then everyone in the environmentalists all rose up again. Legally, he was allowed to.
Yeah.
It was in a different state even, but he was an amazing person.
That.
Yeah, he was an amazing person, and he was really there for the hunters and the fishermen. But he was like literally one of the last people that we had. There was a couple other people that transient, I would say, and aren't really well known in the community. But we definitely need some representation.
Do you know
better people in there?
Do you know what that council is called?
Which one?
The one that makes the decisions for fishing regulations.
Well, there's two. So there's federal waters, which is anything past 3 miles,
to
200 miles. Essentially, those are federal waters.
Okay.
Everything from 3 miles, and then everything from 3 miles into the shore.
Yep.
That's all state-made decisions. So the PFMC is the Pacific Fisheries Management Council. They maintain the federal regulations outside in federal waters. Anything under 3 miles, it's the state-made decisions by the CDFW.
All right, perfect. All right, so Zach, I see you in there. That's a great question, Zach. So let's figure out who these people are, and
they're listed on. There's a board and council, and pretty much every person in the body. They should be listed on the CDFW website.
Okay.
You can find out that information.
Perfect.
So, you should email these people too.
Yeah, but
you should also.
Yeah, hold on. I don't want you guys to harass anybody. Okay, don't email, don't harass anybody. But I want to know who these people are, because we're gonna be doing a lot of things as MMFC, and hopefully other clubs will do the same.
You make a great point.
That are positive. That are positive for the community, and I want these people to know what we're doing. So I want to be able to send like media packets, like, hey, we did this with the community, we did this beach cleanup, we did this and that way they kind of start seeing it in a different light. And on top of that, if any of you guys know anybody or you yourself are interested in the political scene and want to advance to that level, let us know how we can help. So it's the big thing is, like, first you got to know what's happening. You got to understand what's happening before you can make any change. So this is the beginning of something, guys.
Yeah, it's true. You're right. And you make a very valid point. I kind of rushed into that because I'm excited about, everything politically. But you make a great point. It's better to focus efforts before and come to a decision and come to a calculated group thought before approaching people. That way it's a lot more approachable as a decision, and they don't feel like they're
getting attacked.
They just because they shut down and they don't listen at that point. Yeah. So you're right.
Yeah, we'll figure out what because those guys they're politicians. They want things that are going to score them points, right? So maybe we'll provide things that score them points, but in a way that it helps the fishing community as well. Maybe that's the way to do it. I don't know.
The best way to do it is for people that have concerns and for people that have stakes. They're called stakeholders, people that are concerned. We're all stakeholders, but there's other people that are affected business-wise or otherwise. Anyways, talk to your community leaders. Roman's a great person. Roman can then tell people who are concerned in the same category that this community is concerned about this. then that person who, if they're at the CCA, preferably CCA, because we're very, tied in with them, you tell them that you are concerned. That can come up in the discussion, and we can help make decisions based on other communities' thoughts behind that same concern. And then we can bring it to the advisory panel and have representation for recreational anglers, where some people who do throw out their concern can actually speak publicly in front of the councils and testify, which is one thing I'm going to try to start doing myself.
Very nice.
So with CCA's, backing and other people too, So there is a help strategy, and we need to be able to best understand that by providing all your thoughts to a person that can help facilitate the next step of the the decision making process. And CCA is probably the best place to go at this point, and I'll end it at that.
Very cool, Kevin. That was awesome, dude. Thank you so much, guys. Kevin's went through his whole experience at this training, I think it was the CCA podcast. Salty posted a link. CCA podcast episode. I think it's. I'm gonna click on it just so I can see the episode. Cancel. It's called episode 19. Chris and Kevin catch up. So go check that out. I'm gonna copy the link real quick for the Spotify version of it. I'm gonna put it in the chat, just because in case you guys missed Salty's post. There it is. Go listen to that. If you get yourself a little bit more of an education, and then let's talk about this some more, maybe in the Discord or something like that. I'll set up a different channel, and we can start thinking about this kind of stuff, guys. Because eventually, we are gonna have to do something. Let's be ready for that kind of stuff. Kevin, dude, you're awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I can't wait to listen to Coach's report.
I'm gonna hit you with one of these. I'm gonna hit you with one of these.
Wisdom of the week.
And stay tuned for more Wisdom of the Week with Coach. All right. All right, Kevin.
All right. See you guys later. I'll be back on.
Coach, thank you so much for patiently waiting. You're awesome. All right. That was a little segment that we had to do. It was totally impromptu, guys. I remembered that Jesse asked a question and had talked about it with Brian in the past. And I think Salty mentioned that Kevin had a whole episode on this stuff, so I figured it was a good. No, it might have been Jesse, but thank you. See, that's what I mean, guys. I'm not aware of everything that's happening all the time, so when you guys bring that stuff to my attention, I try to amplify it, guys, so that the rest of us can get caught up and get that knowledge. So let me get Coach in here real quick. What up, Coach? Let's see. I see him here. There he is. Call him up. Beep, pop, boop, pop, beep. Hello. What up, Coach? Let's go.
What's
Coming
good?
in live from Coach. Wait, you're not showing your camera yet.
Oh shit! Hold on. Oh, sorry for the. I'm a
For the
little
bleep.
inebriated. I apologize. Is that better?
Yes. Let me do the intro. We go. Let's see where we at. Coach split. No, that's the Coach. Here it is. All right, here we go.
Get ready. Here comes this week's San Diego Fishing Report.
What up, Coach? How you doing?
Salute vida, my man. I'm a
Awesome.
little hammered, so we're gonna grind right on through.
The expedited show. Let's do this. You're gonna get extra wisdom today, guys. Let's go.
Actually, you will. Can you give me a platform for just a couple of minutes, Roman?
Of course. You want to do it before or after?
Before is fine.
Okay, let's rock.
I just want to make sure I hit up the judge himself.
Okay.
He asked some questions earlier in Discord. So basically, this is for anybody who wants to bring a few fish home for the frying pan.
Nice.
Okay. Now, I'll cover some of this at the end of my report if we have time. If we don't, Roman, just let me know and I'll cut it off.
Okay.
But I've got a map lined up of Mission Bay, kind of outlining some areas that I think could be productive if you are inclined. Of course, Sunset Cliffs, La Jolla, all the areas I work all the time. And especially for you, Eric, if there's anything I can do for you, you hit me up. I will help you any way humanly possible. So if you got guests, if you have people who want to fry up some fish, you hit me up. If I can, I'll even go chum the spot for you.
Nice.
I don't care. We'll get it done. But he asked a simple question. So some people from out of town are coming. What do I do to put these people on some fish that they can cook up at the end of at some point during their stay? Whatever.
Right.
Beginning, middle, end, whatever. So I would say either the front half of Mission Bay, Sunset Cliffs, or La Jolla in the open area that I fished with you.
All right, yeah.
I would use a number 4 at biggest or number 6 hook, better. I use something like 10 to 20 pound test, and I would totally use that to my advantage. If you're fishing the front half of Mission Bay, focus on rocky areas with lots of rocks, lots of docks, lots of extra crap next to it, chumping up with bread, mussels, whatever, and start fishing with a small hook on either a drop shot style rig, which is super easy to tie. There's tons of YouTube videos about it, or a spider hitch rig, which is only slightly harder to tie, but really not a challenge. You want to get one of those fire pit nails out of the fire pits in Mission Bay. They're about that long.
Yeah, right. So many.
You know what I'm talking about, Roman. Don't BS me now.
There's so many. Everybody burns crates on those things, guys, so there's a ton of nails in there.
Yeah, there's a ton of nails in those fire pits. Pick the ones that are between, 2.5 and 5 inches. Square knot, nail knot. What other knots can we use? Pile knot, driver knot.
What?
There's tons of knots.
Are you making knots up right now?
There's tons of knots you can use to attach it to the end of your line. Use one that breaks easy. Even just a couple of clovises or overhand knots will be fine. Roman himself has lost fire pit nails in the rocks before. Yeah. I know this for a fact.
But they're inert. They rust away and don't hurt the environment. Learn that from Coach.
Not only that, but they're really snag resistant. Yeah. I mean, really snag resistant. Where can you fish in structure that giant and have a weight that isn't going to snag every 5 seconds?
It's surprising how sticky lead is, right? It's almost like putty in a way. Like it deforms to the stuff.
Like you wedge a lead weight in the rocks, you are not getting it back. Yeah. You wedge a nail in the rocks, you pop the rod tip a couple of times, 98% of the time or whatever, it'll pop right out. Yep. So use your nails, use your steel. If you're fishing deeper, chunks of rebar, railroad tie stakes, whatever the hell you got, works just fine.
They're talking about knots, guys, like drinking knots, fire pit knots, Mark Bandit knots. Soup knots, Lex knots, like suplex, pile knots.
I promise you that the pile knot is a thing. I don't know if there's any videos.
What about the driver knot? Pile driver knot? Like, are these wrestling moves or knots?
But I promise you, use a couple overhand knots or whatever. It'll keep it super simple, dumb, and easy. And if you break a weight off, you just tie a new one right on.
Yeah,
it's perfect. Really not complicated. Go hit your local fire pit or roadside or whatever you got, or freeway off ramp for those wheel weight things if you need something a little heavier.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I know what you're talking about.
You know, where you come down the freeway on ramp and you hit that dip, there's always a crap load of those wheel weights everywhere.
Or everybody bottoms out. It's all scraped up. Yep.
All the ones they make now are all biodegradable, blah, blah, blah. But super easy way to get all the weights you need for a session for you and 10 of your best friends. Sunset Cliffs, front half of Mission Bay, the northern portions of San Diego Bay that have rocks. And of course, if you got a dock, you're talking about the bait barges. You're talking about hospitality. You're talking about Ballast Point. You're talking about the Three Sisters, those piers on the Coronado side. Anywhere you can find it's got hard structure. If you got boats, if you got kayaks, whatever you got, size 4, or if you're still getting robbed to size 6 or 8, you can't go wrong. I'd use 10 to 20 pound test for this, and you will end up with more panfish than you thought were possible.
Nice.
Mr. Castro here, we have a friend named Court who, yeah, I see you nodding, Roman. I see you nodding. That guy has had 90 plus fish days in Mission Bay,
Jeez.
fishing small hooks and shrimp on either some sort of a spider hitch loop or on a drop shot type rig with small hooks with shrimp. That guy has had 90 fish days fishing inside Mission Bay and the western portion of Mission Bay on great eating fish like rock wrasse, the black perch, black croakers, opal eye, half moon. The list just goes on and on. All those are available and more if you use a small hook, a piece of shrimp, drop shot it, or I like the spider hitch because it gives a little movement to the bait.
Right.
That way, by the time I'm detecting a bite, the fish already has it in its mouth. I can set the hook.
Okay.
And of course, Mr. Lehman, yourself, you are welcome to hit me up anytime. Please do. Please text me. Hit me up on Discord. This goes for anybody too. Hit me up on Discord. Hit me up on SD Fish. Hit me up on my phone. Half the world has my phone number. So hit me up and tell me where you're planning on working, and I'll give you the best. I'll give you the best advice I can. There's plenty of panfish. There's no shortage. Nobody's over harvesting opal eye, rock wrasse.
Yeah, there's a ton of them.
Black surf perch, white surf perch, walleye surf perch, barred surf perch. Nobody's over harvesting these. It's impossible.
Yep.
So
very cool. All right, cool. Eric says, "Thank you, Coach. Very nice."
You
Sweet.
betcha.
All right, we're gonna jump into the San Diego fishing report. And
all right,
let
me share my screen real quick, Roman.
Okay. Go back here to the screen here real quick. And we'll do the intro one more time, just to make it extra cool. There it is.
Get ready. Here comes this week's San Diego Fishing Report.
Wait, missed it. I went to the wrong one. What the heck's going on over here?
No, it wasn't totally inaccurate there, Roman. So,
wait, hold on. I missed the. Hold on, I missed the window.
Let's chop through this with minimal fanfare, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so we got a high today around 6. Of course, the sunset's about 7:47, so the tide won't get good for really good panfish fishing until at least, I'd say, Thursday. You have a sunset at 7:49. We have a high at 7:45. This is according to saltwatertides.com. I will be posting a video later that I took on Saturday. I didn't have a chance to post it before the stream, but I will get to it later at Werf TV on YouTube. Showing what conditions were like on Saturday. It was really kind of rough. It was mixed up, but somehow I found a pocket. I nailed about 15 or 20 fish out of that pocket in maybe 10 minutes. So you can still do well. In my video, you'll see a great big fat black perch. I did super good. And yeah, anyways, we got good tides from Thursday through, let's see, probably Monday to into next week from for what I do, which is fishing big panfish from shore. All in all, not bad. And I didn't pull up a forecast, but I've heard it's supposed to be relatively flat this week.
Nice.
We will see how that goes. Last week they were predicting it to be flat, and it looked pretty rough to me on Saturday. Although, I mean, it was just short interval wind chop. Not so much great big swells, but it was still confused surf and lots of surf grass. Let's move on to the, okay, so this was saltwater tides. Let's move on to the dock totals with Sport Fishing Report. And again, bluefin tuna are the number one story, although the yellowtail are sneaking in. So I imagine these boats are fishing the islands and starting to find a few yellowtail. And the offshore guys are finding some yellowtail on patties too.
Nice.
Inshore, just your typical rockfish, calicos, whitefish. Up north, they are absolutely pounding the living tar out of the rockfish and whitefish, sheephead, Even some boats getting into a good calico bass bite. Even some really nice bonito sneaking into the mix here in Newport. I heard they were pretty good sized. That's not 100%. That's just what I heard. But rumor has it that some local surf white sea bass were taken in the last week or two. So if you put credence in those rumors, we are holding strong to the white sea bass gig. I don't know 100% that that's true, but it seems like it from what I've seen. We ready to go to your favorite Matt, Roman?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that was Sport Fishing Report. Now we're going to MSN. If it ever loads.
Nice. There it goes.
All right, so we do not have a good SST at the moment. We've had too much cloud cover.
Yeah, the wind doesn't look too bad.
Almost no onshore wind in the entire bite.
Wow.
Almost nothing. So I expect these surface temperatures to climb.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see if they do, but I would imagine they will. And look at this. It's 89 degrees out in one of my favorite places to fish out here south of the sea.
89 is that? Oh, yeah, I see 89. Not bad.
89. Ouch.
That's not too bad, I guess. This is not 100 yet.
90 degrees is a really nice day in the valley. All depends on what you're after and what your tolerances are and how young you are. When I was a young man, 110 wasn't too bad. As I've gotten older, 100's not too bad. I can imagine seeing the day where 90's not too bad. So,
nice.
But basically our onshore wind has died. If we get any sun peeking through this will warm the sea surface temperature. I think we're really looking at temps in the 62 to 64 range. I guess we'll see how this shapes up as the week continues on. Okay, here's our OSPO, courtesy of your tax dollars, NOAA. You can see we have a tenuous connection with the warm water to the south. So I don't know how this is going to pan out. Keep an eye on these types of maps, and we'll see where it goes from here.
With the no wind, it should start to warm that water up too, right?
Should start to warm it up. Yeah. Of course, less cloud cover, the warmer it'll get. Yeah. We'll see how this shapes up. I didn't see any serious wind predictions for later this week, but they're notoriously unreliable this time of year, a lot like the SST maps.
Interesting. What up, Abdullah? Yeah, I'll bring up the net rigs after Coach's report. Just stand by. I saw your question. Thanks for asking it. And welcome, by the way. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Welcome to the show. Very cool.
If you look at, all right, Roman, if we look at this arrow that usually points to Cabo, it's pointing even farther south now. So we're actually drawing cold water into that warm zone off the Gulf.
Yeah.
I imagine fishing in Cabo is absolutely going insane right now.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the long range. This won't be any surprise. Bluefin, 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 bluefin.
Huge. Let's go.
Yep, bluefin, and it's mostly schoolies from what I've seen so far.
I'll take one though.
You see the nighttime jig bite's still hot.
Nice.
Guys are still catching tuna 25 to 60 pounds. This was a while ago, but some dudes on a 1.5 day caught some at over 150.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
Again, bluefin. I'm waiting for serious yellowfin numbers to show up, et cetera, et cetera. And I just wanted to pull up a quick Google Maps of Mission Bay if we have time, Roman.
Yep, go for it.
All right, so this is the front of Mission Bay. There's the West Mission Bay Drive Bridge. If it were me and I was trying to catch some panfish, I'd focus here in Mariners off this point right here.
Oh, cool. Yep.
And over here off of Mission Point.
Because he's fishing from a boat, right?
Even from shore.
Okay.
So if you're fishing from shore, the base of Mariners would be one good place I would try. Or as close to the fence as you can get here, fishing these steep rocks on South Jetty. Or by the stop sign on North Jetty.
Very cool.
If I had a boat, kayak, etc., I would work hospitality on both sides. I would work the outside of the kelp bed here at the stop sign and farther west. And I would work this kelp bed down here off of South Jetty here.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember those.
In addition, I would work around the bait barge. You never know. It could be good yellowfin croaker, could be good spotfin croaker, good queenfish.
I've had weird outings where like there's a ton of those yellowfin croakers just chilling at the bottom, and I caught like maybe 4 or 5 on a Ned rig. It was like every drop.
Yep, and those yellowfin croaker are totally sustainable and eatable. Yep. They make great fried fish. And these pilings along West Mission Bay Drive, if I had a boat, I would do that. And I would certainly troll at least the front side of Mariner's Basin here with a crankbait if I had a boat or kayak.
Mm-hmm.
And I would troll around the bait barge. I would troll in between the pilings here. And I would troll up the channel and around both Dana and SeaWorld harbors.
There you go.
If I was dragging a crankbait, if I just wanted to get some eating fish, keeping my needlefish are edible, yellowfin croaker are perfectly edible, black croaker edible, usually fishing at night. All the perch are edible, opali are edible, sargo, half moon, zebra perch, if you can get them, are edible. We have a lot of edible fish in our bays that nobody really bothers with. The populations of them are super high. You don't have to worry about taking your 10 limit. There's plenty of them, and they're all delicious.
Perfect. There you go.
So I'll switch back to my face for a second here, cool. Roman.
I'll switch back to my face for a second. I'm going to answer Abdullah's question real quick. Abdullah. Yeah, dude, the Ned rig is working. We're trying it I was fishing it this weekend. I did okay with it. I had a giant Ned rig, but the normal Ned rig works too. Dave Rage said he hasn't been having luck with it. The trick with the Ned rig, guys, is you got to cast it. It's light, so it takes a long time to get to the bottom. Once it gets to the bottom, you basically just dead stick it, let it sit there, and the lure floats. So it's gonna be sticking up off the bottom like a little clam or something. They're gonna see it and they're gonna come pounce on it and just take it. You basically just, once you feel the bite, you just set the hook a little bit. You don't have to set the hook too hard. Just lift up the rod basically and start working the fish in. Yeah, the Ned rig is pretty easy to fish. You don't have to put that much action to it. All the action comes from it just floating in the current. Okay, so if you're on a kayak, cast it out opposite of the direction you're drifting in, and make sure you leave enough line out so that it's actually dragging on the bottom. You'll start to feel the little bumps and nicks on your line or on your rod as you're dragging it along, as you're drifting along, and all of a sudden you'll get a nice hard bite and kind of set the hook, reel it in, game over. That's how you do it with a netty. Let's go, Ned rig. All right, ready, Coach?
Yes, sir.
All right, it's time for
Wisdom of the Week.
Oh, that's Brian. What's going on with these? My slides got all messed up when I did the split screen with Brian and Captain Dan. Let me see, where are you, Coach?
That sounded like the right one to me, Roman.
There it is. There you go. Let's go. How's it going? Ready?
Another beautiful day in the city.
In the city. What do you got for us as far as wisdom of the week?
I'll give you the wisdom of the week, but just give me just a second to step on the soapbox here.
Soapbox of the week?
Yeah, so when I've talked to, man, how do I even say this? So when I've talked to the data gatherers for the DFG.
Oh, yeah.
It really seems like they're out to fill an agenda to me. This could just be my own personal experience. I might not have any, I could be biased. I'm sure I am biased. It really seems like they're after certain information, and that's the information they're going to skew to try to take away fishing. So in the past, whether I've been on the half-day boats or whether it's been launching a kayak or coming back on somebody's personal boats or whatever, I tell those people one of a couple of things. Number one, I don't appreciate you. I don't appreciate you participating in the organization to take away our rights. I don't appreciate you. I don't want you to talk to me. I don't have anything to say to you. That's one approach I've had over the years.
Yep.
If they get pushy or they start trying to tell me anything, I start lying to them.
Oh my gosh.
Because whatever they have to say, it's going to be used against us. If conditions are good, I've actually seen this on the party boats, Roman, where the person asked me, well, how many rockfish do you think you caught this year? And I asked them, how good has the weather been? And they're like, what? What do you mean the weather? Well, how good the weather is totally ruling on whether you can stay on top of a spot, how fast your drift is, the other factors regarding bait being driven to the bottom. So what, you think weather plays no role in what we catch? And the person looks back at me with this blank stare like, what?
Oh my God.
Obviously, in good weather years, we catch more fish. And obviously, in bad weather years, we catch less fish. But they never account weather into the equation ever. So in the past, when I've talked to them, I just tell them how many tuna and bonito I've caught, how many barracuda I've caught, how many smelt I've caught, how many mackerel I've caught. And from my perspective, that tells them everything they actually really need to know. How many pelagic fish did I catch? Because the more pelagic fish I caught, the better the weather conditions were. The more stable the weather conditions were.
That's so funny.
And the less pelagic fish I caught, the worse the weather was. The less stable the weather was. The harder it was to stay on my rockfish spots. The harder it was to pitch a bait to a sheephead and keep it in the zone long enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just not a. Yeah, it needs to be looked into a little bit more, or like we need to figure out what our stance is going to be as a community, and start getting that word out. But we can't just pick a stance and get that word out if we don't know exactly what we're up against, or if we don't come to that decision in a healthy way. We gotta know more information before we can say that, because maybe there's a way to I don't know, work with those individuals or work with that organization in a way that's like beneficial to us, but without getting burned somehow. But that's, again, we don't have enough information to know how even to work that. Right?
I mean, I've only been at this 40 years and I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? If things were a little more transparent, we could be a little more forthright, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if they're not going to
take weather
into
account. Never.
If they're not going to volunteer that transparency, then that's on us to look into it and pull back some of that curtain so we know what we're dealing with, basically.
I mean, it's up to us to take control of the currency of information, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't always say that I've been the best actor. I've just tried to behave in our interests.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I've just tried to behave in our interests to the best of my knowledge. I'm not a perfect guy. No angler or person is. I've just tried to do the best I can for us.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. I get it. Cool. Well, with that, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of the stream, go check out Coach's channel, Werf TV on YouTube. I don't think you're done posting all of your Imperial Valley. You sell a ton, right?
Dude, I've got so much footage I have to post. It's nuts. But anyway, to Coach's wisdom of the week, let me just get to that real quick. You want to hit the
let's go.
For me, Roman?
Wisdom of the week.
As opposed to soapbox of the week, we're gonna go with wisdom of the week. Let's do this.
Sorry about the soapbox, folks, but wisdom of the week. Get out there and do some fishing. On Saturday, it was kind of rough. It wasn't really rough, but it was windy. There was lots of wind chop. We had mixed swell. Somehow I got out with my kids. I found a pocket.
Oh, nice.
I found one little pocket like the size of the freezer that this thing's sitting on right here. And I put the wood to maybe 15, 18 fish in maybe 12 or 15 minutes at most. You never know when that pocket's going to come. Fishing had been sort of miserable till then. It was super difficult. but you never know. Just keep casting, keep moving to the next spot. If there's anything, even a guy like me pulls a blank sometimes. Sometimes there's nothing for it but to move on, press forward, keep trying, and succeed. If it weren't for the last 20 minutes of my session, I would have caught 2 or 3 crappy, tiny opali, and that would have been it. Instead, I ended my day with, I don't know, a dozen, 15 fish, opali, black perch, up to a pound or so. I had a really good session just because of that last 20 minutes. So sometimes it's not about the 2 hours. Sometimes it's about 20 minutes.
Yep.
So if you keep persisting, sometimes you can find that last minute bite, and there's no reason not to keep hustling. There's no reason not to keep casting. There's no reason not to keep hunting. We're all in it together. If there's anything I can do to help you, if there's anything you can do to help me, post it somewhere so I can see it. I'm happy to help out. I'm happy to take your help all day, every day.
Very nice. So that's it for Wisdom of the Week. Thank you so much, Coach. Guys, check him out. Werf TV on YouTube. Salty just posted his link in the chat, and we're going to take him out with the live, with a round of applause from the live studio audience. It's Coach Werf. Werf TV, let's go. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Roman.
That's awesome. Whoa, that was a long episode, boys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for hanging out. Last thing, Doug just picked up a rod. Just picked up the MMSC TAC 80 by Seeker. That brings us down to 4 rods left. We got 4 rods left. We got 0 spots left on our VIP tables at the Apps and Taps CCA event. And we got 1 spot left in the Islander Mothership Kayak Trip, June 30th to July 3rd, 2.5 day, everything included except beer, bait, sodas, food, lunch, breakfast, snack, dinner. You even get a little sleeping cot. It's going to be an awesome time. 1 spot left. All the information for that is in the chat or on Discord. I'm trying to think where it's at. There's so many things. Doug, thank you so much for picking up that rod. Let's go, baby. 4 left. 4 left. And finally, I do want to say that today's show was, I don't know, guys. Today's show was extra special to me because we hit on a lot of important things, and there's gonna be consequences to this show. There's gonna be there's definitely needs to be some follow up to this episode. So we're gonna get some stuff figured out. We'll keep you guys informed. If any of you guys are interested in learning more about what we talked about, or becoming one of our go-to people that can maybe get involved a little bit more, that would be fantastic. Let's figure something out, because this is something that we need to start doing as a community. So with that, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Fishy Hour. Come back Wednesday for Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian, where we will talk about the difference between fishing on a boat and moving to a kayak. Because Brian picked up his kayak on Saturday. He sent me a text of him towing that thing in his truck. I was like, where are you going? He's like, I'm going to the bay right now. I'm going to launch it. I'm going to figure it out. And then we got there and he had no clue how to launch his new kayak. So I had to teach him the ropes, guys. I had to teach him how to put his kayak off of his truck onto the wheels, how to take it down to the beach, how to launch it at the boat ramp. And it was a good review for me. It was a good learning experience for me as an instructor, as a teacher, to teach Brian a new skill. I'm super proud of that. I'm super happy that I got to be the one to teach him how to launch his kayak. If you want to learn that same exact procedure, type in !yak launch in the kayak. One word. Sorry, in the comments. !yak launch. We'll give you the link to a video I made a while back. Thanks to the help of Oscar. Oscar was the guy behind the camera, and he helped me film this video where I show you how to launch your kayak without scraping it on a boat ramp. Don't cheese grade your kayak, guys. Don't land it like you're a Viking storming the beach. Land it sideways so it's always floating and you know how to jump in and out of it. Watch that video. !yak launch. Thank you so much, Iron Fish. There it is. How to launch and land your kayak without scratching it up. Click on that link. Go watch that video right now. And if you have any questions, hit me up on Wednesday. Also, there's another video that I referenced in that video about how to put your wheels in your kayak without tilting it over. That's another good video to watch. Also linked after that video. So go watch that. Have a great Monday. Have a great Tuesday. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian. All right. Have a good night. Woo!